What if I told you that the title you negotiate today could determine your next 10 years of career trajectory and your lifetime earnings? For the high IQ neurodivergent executives that I work with, people like us, the right title isn't just a perk. It's a signal to recruiters, to board members, to peers. It says, here's who I am. Here's what I lead. Here's the level I'm operating at. And here is what I bring to the table. A salary gets you a raise, but a title, it gets you a seat at the next table. Now, if you've ever been stuck with a title that didn't match what you were actually doing and felt like you couldn't move forward because of it, let me know. Let me know in the comments, or if you'd rather just share it with just me, send me a DM and let me know. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to change just that. We're going to walk through how to negotiate a title that reflects your value and positions you for the future. And I'm not just talking about this today as some kind of marketing thing. I talk about this all the time with my clients. Literally had a conversation last night with a client who is negotiating an amazing opportunity, really perfectly timed for them. And the big issue we have is the title. So this is really close to home and really timely, and I'm ready to dive in. I hope you're ready. Most neurodivergent executives I work with are doing far more than their title reflects. They're leading cross-functional projects. They're driving millions in revenue. They're fixing broken systems that save hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Trust me, I know I've been there. Been there, done that. But because they focused only on salary or didn't know how to negotiate title, they ended up with roles that undersell their impact. Yeah, I've been there and done that too. Not knowing how to advocate for a better title, equating salary with value and missing the career ROI of title, getting overlooked for future roles because the title doesn't match their level. One of my clients was offered a 20% salary bump to move into a new role, but the title was manager. She was already leading like a director. We rewrote the ask. She got the same salary and the title. 3 months later, she was invited to speak at a leadership summit and landed a board advisory role. And both that speaking gig and that advisory role are career movement forward activities externally, in addition to the ones that the title gave her internally. Got to think about both, people. Okay, so the 5 steps to negotiating the right title. Step 1, know the role you want. Make sure that you understand titles that match your actual scope. Make sure that the title doesn't just make sense internally, it makes sense externally. Check out people that are further along in their careers than you, in your industry, in your role, and see what their current titles are and what their title trajectory was. Great place to do that research is looking at those LinkedIn profiles. Step 2, quantify your unique value. Now, if you're in my world, you know that you're doing this quarterly. You have a quarterly ritual of this. We have 2 quarterly rituals, actually. One is that you have a mentorship board and you've got 4 of them. They're all you down the road and a reflection of both your personal and professional goals. And you talk to each one of those mentors every quarter. Another thing that we do quarterly is we look at the last quarter and we say, what results did I get? And we update your current experience at your current job on your LinkedIn profile every quarter. So if you don't work with me, and I'm not quite sure why, then you don't probably have this routine down. So go ahead and start it now. Look at your results. Are they cost savings? Are they process innovations? Are they revenue growth? Are they customer retention? Are they increased ARR or MRR? Are they increased revenue per customer? Are they improved employee retention? So whether it's CX or EX, that can be driving a lot of financial benefit for your organization. And of course, there's revenue growth. Then use language that mirrors business outcomes. Obviously, our classic strong active verb measurable result is what we're talking about. Led a $10 million transformation. Hope you give a little bit more context than that. Increased retention by 40%, that kind of thing. And that retention could be customer or employee. You want to be talking about which that is. CX, EX, we want to know. Okay, step 3, reframe the conversation. Don't lead with, I need a raise. And keep in mind, this negotiating the right title could be an annual review time. It could be at a time where your company just had a huge win or just raised a new round of funding and it's time to have this conversation. It could be because you just took something new on, or it could be because you're actually negotiating a new role. We always want to make it about them when we're talking about these things if it's not negotiating a brand new role. Let's align the title with the level of leadership I'm bringing so I can be positioned for long-term success inside the company. Something that's about them, that's a good place to start, and then play with that. Obviously, when you're negotiating for a new job at a new organization, that's a different kind of context. And it's very specific to each individual situation. But the client I was talking to yesterday, we decided we were going to kind of lead with really excited about the opportunity to join the team. And, was really looking for the title to be at this level, was really looking for the base salary to be in this range. And let's figure out what we can do. What that does is it gives the decision maker crafting that offer some freedom to play with title and salary and some cocktail that's going to actually work for my client. And that increases the chances that he's going to see movement on at least one. Okay, step 4, align your ask with the company's goals. Show how the new title helps everyone. So if it's not a new job at a new company, we're back to that game plan. We're going to want to show how the title is going to help the company. It's all about them. Does it enable smoother cross-functional work? Does it allow you to deliver more effectively with external partners or external customers? What does it do for the company? Step 5, prepare and practice your ask. This is where my inner game of interviews comes in handy. If you haven't watched that training, you need to go find it. Rock your interviews. The inner game is usually what I call it. You want to make sure you do the things there. So we practice with a happy hormone increasing creature. The creature needs to be living and breathing and not have vocabulary. Dogs are the best. Cats are great. Babies are great. Don't have any of the 3. Then you've got to have a inanimate object or a picture that actually brings that feeling and that vibe going. So it could be a photo of a grandparent. It could be a stuffed animal that belonged to your children when they were little, or that belonged to you when you were little. That kind of thing. Could be a photo of your happy place, a place where you feel grounded and safe. Whatever it is, that's what we want for your practice partner. In addition, we want to make sure that we do, before the morning of this conversation, your go-to mind, body, spirit practice that grounds you, that makes you a better human, that makes you a better spouse, a better parent, a more loving grandchild, more patient with the people in your life, a better leader. Whatever that thing is, you need to do it. If you have a religious practice, you layer that on top. Super bonus there. Okay. So that was a short version of that. You need to go find the inner game of rocking your interviews because it applies to every difficult conversation you have as a leader, and you want to know how to show up in the most powerful, grounded way possible. Okay. Now, which of those steps feels the most challenging right now? Drop the number 1 through 5. Knowing the role you want, quantifying your value, reframing the conversation, aligning your ask with the company's goals, and the preparation and practice piece. Which of those 5 feels the most challenging right now? Let's drop that in the comments or drop it in my DMs. I want to know where you're feeling challenged. And actually, broader than that, I want to know, what title are you aiming for? What's getting in your way? So let me know in the comments or in the DMs. What title are you aiming for? What's getting in your way? You now have the framework, but if you want help applying it, crafting the message, practicing the ask, aligning your title with your leadership vision, that's where I come in. I help high IQ neurodivergent executives create long-term career strategies, not quick wins, career positioning. If you're ready to stop winging it and build intentionally, we need to talk. Drop title in the comments or DM me. I'll send you a link to book a one-on-one clarity call, and we'll see if my executive long game program is the right next step for you. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But there's one thing I do want to say. Don't leave your career trajectory to chance. Titles are levers. Grab yours and pull.